Lucha Underground fans, welcome back. This is Jason, aka J Bone, of the Ramblin' About Wrestling podcast, bringing you my Lucha Underground episode number 11 review. Uh, this episode started out with some funny stuff, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. Start out with a tag match, something we don't see too much of on Lucha Underground. It was Masquerita and Pimpinella versus the Crew, Cortez, and Cisco, with Bale was also out there at ringside as well. Man, some funny stuff. Even funnier was some of the commentary going back and forth between Vampiro and Matt Striker. Pimpinella really held his own in this match against the guys of the Crew, but not for long because Cortez and Cisco ended up getting the win with additional help with a beatdown from Bale. But yeah, one of the funniest lines, I believe it was Matt Striker talking about Pimpinella saying if what sounded like he said if Chavo and Liberace had a baby, it would be Pimpinella. And he was like, what, Chavo? And they corrected himself or made himself more clear. He said, no, Charo, as in, the woman, Gucci. Charo and Liberace had a baby, it would be Pimpinella. Too damn funny. Really, really crazy stuff going on in this match. And while this match went on, Big Rick came down the entrance stairway and was smoking a stogie and just kind of watching. Didn't get involved, but he came down after Cortez and Cisco got the win and took a microphone and handed his cigar to Cisco. And Cisco was like, what are you doing handing me a cigar? He had this weird expression on his face, like, I don't want to hold this. I don't do this. And Big Rick took the mic and was like, putting everyone on notice, including the Crew that was in the ring, which really shocked them, letting everyone know that he was coming after the gold and that he'd have to, he'd go through anyone to get it, including his own guys apparently, and they didn't appreciate that too much, and they let him know immediately how they felt about it because they gave Big Rick a beatdown of his own, give him a taste of his own medicine, and we find out later after the beatdown complete with Singapore Canes, and they walked into Dario Cueto's office at the end and got the payoff from him. So it looks like Dario Cueto's Crew is -1 Big Rick. Now, this is going to be interesting going forward. Is this their way of writing him off? Was he only supposed to be around for X amount of episodes, and this is how they get rid of him? Or is he going to come back as a fan favorite after all this with dealing with Dario Cueto's Crew? It'll be interesting. We'll have to see what happens. Maybe they only want one big guy on the show at a time, and this is their way of getting rid of him and bringing in a guy like Cage. We'll have to see. Or maybe this will somehow set up Cage versus Big Rick. Would you guys like to see that? I'd like to see that. Two big guys going at it. That'd be pretty cool. But nonetheless, looks like Big Rick's going to be gone for a while. Next, speaking of Cage, we get an interview with Vampiro interviewing Cage. And to sum it up, basically, Vampiro's like, tell me why, you know, sell yourself to me. You know, why should we all be intimidated, basically. And Cage is like, just backs up his statement that he did in the ring from the week before. He's like, because I'm not a man, I'm a machine. I'm going to be stepping over everyone to get to the championship. And excuse me, basically saying he's not going to be waiting in line, to sum it up. So yeah, it looks like Cage is going to get thrust into the championship picture, and we'll have to see how long Prince Puma is successful in defending his championship. Next, we get a great luchador match between Superfly and Pentagon Jr. Um, Pentagon Jr. gets the win with this one after some great high flying, and he does something really interesting at the end. I believe it was in that 20-man gauntlet match for the championship. Pentagon Jr. was kind of helping Chavo during that match, but then I think Chavo turned on him, and Pentagon Jr. basically called him out and told him, uh, you're screwing with the wrong guy. So I don't know if that means Pentagon Jr. is going to get some revenge on him in the near future, or just telling him he shouldn't have done that. We'll have to see where this goes. Probably building up a new feud between Pentagon Jr. and Chavo. It'd be great to see. And that leads into intergender match between El Mariachi Loco and Sexy Star. And once again, Sexy Star coming off with a win, proving that she can hang with the guys. Very impressive woman wrestler on this show. I'm really hoping that they bring more like her on the show. Don't get me wrong, she's great, but I think we need more like her. And I think now I don't watch AAA a lot. I've seen little videos here and there. I think that they have someone just like her in AAA, but I'm not sure what her name is. But someone of very similar looks, just like Sexy Star. So it'd be great if they brought her in. Maybe do more woman luchador tag matches. Maybe it'd be great to see. And last but certainly not least on the show, we get the last Lucha standing match. This is the fourth time we've seen a match between Drago and King Cuerno. Obviously, the last one ended in a draw with Drago putting King Cuerno through a table, jumping off that corner office building. Just crazy stuff. And we get the same through this. We get busted tables, great action, suicide dives, and certainly a little more slower paced because there was a lot of attempted 10 counts in this match. But all in all, King Cuerno came out with a win in this one, and actually did something really low. Instead of just beating him down until he couldn't get up anymore, he knew he was having trouble beating him, so he actually took some rope and tied him to the bottom turnbuckle in the corner so that he could not get up, forcing the ref to do a 10 count and ending the match. Do I think this is the end of this rivalry? I don't know. But these two, now main eventing in this episode, Could be a sign that this rivalry is over for now. We'll have to wait and see. But uh, and I could watch these guys over and over again. They really have great ring chemistry. Uh, they just do a great job together in the ring, going against each other between the high flying and the technical stuff. Just great to watch these two, Drago and King Cuerno. And that does it for this episode. Uh, no, no sign of the champ in this one, but that's okay. You know, you don't have to see the champ defend his belt in every single episode. Um, but yeah, going forward, can't wait to see what happens between Cueto's crew, the champion, and Cage, and wait to see if we see any more great female wrestling action like Sexy Star. Hopefully, they bring some more in soon. And yep, that does it for number 11. Thanks for watching, guys.